Hello and welcome. This is George Hanshon. I'm going to be leading you through the next 8 weeks. So let's go ahead and jump into week one of our Foundations of Research and Measurement in Personality Psychology. This is a really great field. So first off, let's take a look at the discussions. There's 2 discussion questions this week. Remember to post an initial response to each question by Thursday and discuss through Saturday. Now, as we do this, as we go through the weeks, it's best if you post earlier so you can respond throughout the week. So the discussion forums actually act like a discussion and a back and forth. And I will be asking questions in there and responding as well. So if I respond to someone, and I do tend to ask a question at the end just to try to tie things all together, so I do tend to do that. Feel free, anybody, to answer that, to respond to that question. So from there, think of it like we're just creating more and more discussion within that one individual forum or within that one individual piece, because discussions are a great way to learn from each other's experiences, find out what everybody else is doing. And as we learn from each other's experiences, we grow, because as you've probably watched the video already, the first unit video, that not always is our intuition correct. So I love the videos that we have for the next 8 weeks. So just look forward to that. So let's go ahead and start talking about our assignment. The assignment is meant to link what we're doing here in class with actual real life or reality. So how personality affects us on the job. So you're going to be able to select a few from a couple of scenarios, and I'm going to make an individual video just on the assignment itself. But suffice it to say that you're going to select a scenario, and then each week we're going to learn something about the topic of personality, and we're going to be able to implement that within our class. So you're going to go through the whole time building this final project. So it's not going to be like a mad rush at the end. That was the purpose. So we have time to just kind of take it in, soak it in, and just really put to use what we're learning here. Because if we're not learning anything that we can put to use, then what good is it, to be quite frank? So it's going to be real world scenarios that we put into play psychology, because if we can put into play what we're learning here, we can have better outcomes, and that's what we want when we get on the job and things like that. So now we've been talking about, in this first week, personality testing. Now, personality is interesting. If you watch the first video, it said that you can't always trust your intuition, because sometimes it's not right, and we have hindsight bias. We all do. As we look back, everything looks fantastic that we've done, because we have our hindsight bias. So I want to kind of show you this in a real way about how that works, because as we're in at work or wherever at home, things shape our schema. Our schema are the filters that we see life through. That's what they are. So what it is as I look through all my past experiences, try to make sense of whatever I'm seeing or experiencing right now. So our brains want us to think that we're really, really smart, and that can be an advantage for us, and it can be a huge disadvantage. I just want to kind of show you how our schema and our intuition sometimes can lead us down a path. So if I call this a choice. So you can choose a number between 1 and 5, multiply that number by 9. If your number is a 1-digit number, remember it. If it's 2 digits, add the 2 digits together. Subtract 5 from that number, and the number you get is your final number. So choose a number between 1 through 5, multiply it by 9. If it's a single digit, just remember it. If it's 2 digits, add them together. That way you have that end up with 1 single digit. Subtract 5 from your number, and that is your final number. Now we're going to turn that number into a letter. So if you ended up with 1, your letter's A, 2, B, 3, C, 4, D, 5, E, 6, F. So translate your number into a letter. Now you're going to pick a country that starts with that letter. Take the last letter of your country and think of an animal that begins with that letter. using the last letter of your animal, think of a color. So do you have it in mind? So did you pick a color? Did you choose an animal and do you have a color and a country and all that? So many of us probably thought of an orange kangaroo from Denmark because all along here, you know, subliminally, I was using orange. So hopefully that had a little bit of an effect. But also here, when you go choose number between 1 through 5, multiply it by 9, no matter what it is, you end up with 9 because if it's 1, you go directly to 9. You don't have to add it together. If it's 5, 45, 4 plus 5 is 9. So you keep adding that. So then we subtract 5, you automatically get a 4. And that puts us at D. And some people may have thought of Dominican Republic, but the number one response to any country that starts with D is Denmark. And with that K at the end, it's kind of hard to figure out an animal other than a kangaroo. I believe koala starts with a K as well, so you may have chosen that one. So once you do that, and then kangaroo, there is no other color that starts with O other than orange. Or maybe there is, I don't know. But that's the primary color. There's no primary color that starts with the letter O except for orange. So just think about as we go through this, what things are shaping our decisions, what things are shaping our personalities, and are we allowing ourselves to be moved in that direction? Or are we going kind of against the current? I don't know. So I hope you have a wonderful first week. I look forward to being in the discussions and let's have a fantastic time.